Bună seara, bun venit la o nouă ediție a emisiunii Anul Electoral 2012. Am de această dată o surpriză pentru dumneavoastră. Alături de mine în studio este noul ambasador al Federației Ruse la București. Este vorba despre excelența sa, ambasadorul extraordinar și plenipotențial al Federației Ruse, domnul Oleg Malghinov. Your Excellency, welcome to our television and congratulations for your post in our country.
Thank you, Simona. I'm really grateful for the opportunity to speak here at your studio to discuss the issues related to our foreign policy, to the international situation, as well as to bilateral relations between Russia and Romania.
Yes. Of course, my first question is a normal one. I will ask you, in which way do you think it can be increased, the level and maybe better said, the substance of the dialogue between our countries?
Well, first of all, I think that dialogue between the countries is a multifaceted thing.
Yes.
There is a political dialogue, there is a dialogue between the societies, there is a dialogue between expert communities, and a dialogue among students and common people. And I would say that the whole scope of relations between the two countries is quite intense, quite intense. It has a basis, it has a history. And this basis gives a hope that we shall increase the level and the intensity of our dialogue on all the levels, and on the political level as well. Of course, for these steps, we have to analyze where we are now. We have to separate the positive aspects, the objective aspects, and some stereotypes and artificial factors. Unfortunately, there are still some stereotypes. And after we do this, we have to formulate the common agenda, or let's say the roadmap, how we shall move further. And I would think that, for example, my priorities here would be to expand the knowledge of each country by the people of other countries. Actually, my feeling is that during the last couple decades, our knowledge of each other has diminished. Maybe young generations of both countries, they don't know the details, what is going on in other countries, and they are guided only by just rather schematic stereotypes of this kind. On the other hand, we have a good level of business cooperation, and this business dialogues will give the stimulus to contacts among the politicians. We are now planning certain things in the near future on the level of negotiations between the foreign ministries, between ministers of education, between parliamentarians, and hopefully we shall come to a level when we shall find it possible to move further. Of course, we have to understand that there are not easy things which we have to discuss, but we shall put it in the context of our wish to develop relations between the two countries. Actually, we have to recognize that our national interests provide for development of relations between Romania and the Russian Federation. This is national interest. And our national interests are to discuss certain things frankly. When we are discussing difficult issues, we can find the common denominators, we can know what to expect from each other and how to solve the problems, which are quite natural. So first we think about the roadmap and we move consistently to reach this aim.
Yes, everybody agrees with you. Even our Prime Minister, Mr. Mihai Răzvan Ungureanu, said just a few days before that it's very important for our countries to develop our relationship, our dialogue, and also to make the best of the economical opportunities. And by this, I want to jump to my second question towards you. And my question is this: in which way do you think we can make the best of our economical opportunities, taking into consideration that last year the level of this cooperation increased by 20%. Do you think we can, our countries, of course with your help, can do more for that?
Thank you, Simon. just coming a little bit back, of course, we are following what has been said by the Prime Minister, and I will be frank, this is not a secret that the same signal was given to us by the President when
Yes,
I presented
President
credentials to him,
Yes.
and he was also interested in developing relations and various forms of dialogue between the people and the leaders of the two countries. And I hope that it will be joint venture in this sphere. On the other hand, speaking about business, this is also the possibility of joint ventures, but
Yes.
ventures in the field of business. You know that Russian companies are cooperating here in Romania. They are working in the energy field. They are working in the field of pipes production. They're doing metallurgy, and well, they are quite satisfied. They're working. They do have problems as other business people in this rather difficult time of crisis, but they plan to continue, and they hope that their interest will be met by the business community here in Romania. Just today I had a meeting with our business people from Russia in the morning, and they were quite optimistic. Yes, you're right that trade turnover between our two countries has increased during last year.
Almost 20%, which is quite...
Almost. It
quite okay.
differs approximately 15%. And
We're optimistic.
But I would like I would like to stress that import from Romania to Russia increased more than 20%.
Excellent.
The Russian export here to Romania increased less. It's approximately 9%. But turnover reached the figure of $4.34 billion. This is not bad. But before the crisis in 2008, turnover was more than $5 billion. Yes. So naturally, there is a possibility to increase. And of course, we are interested that our companies continue to work here. You know that Russia is quite advanced in the field of various sectors of energy production related to gas, oil, power stations, nuclear power stations, yes. And we would like to propose our competences here. We know that Romanian companies are working in the Russian Federation in various aspects, including they are participating in certain projects related to forthcoming Olympic Games in Sochi. Yes. What we are lacking a little bit diversity in Russian exports here. We would like to make it more more colorful, I would say, and but we are also ready to receive more goods from Romania. So I'm quite optimistic. We plan to help our business community to work together in the form of joint chambers, joint business community meetings, so that they can also influence the politicians, the governments, to create more favorable conditions for this.
Yeah. Now I have a question about my country, and I will ask you to answer at this question. How do you see the role of Romania in the international area, taking into consideration that Romania is part of the European Union and also NATO? And I want to refer even more to the area, to the Black Sea area. How do you see the role of Romania, you know, as a member of these two big organizations in the Black Sea area?
Well, you have almost answered the question. Romania is one of the biggest countries in Europe. It is one of the biggest countries in the Black Sea region. We see Romania as an important, a responsible member of the European Union as a whole, of the NATO, and we are planning to develop relations with the country on the basis of this presumption. Of course, for us, for the Russian Federation, relations with the European Union and NATO, the utmost, the top priorities. And you know that relations with the NATO, they're not free from controversies, from problems, and so on and so forth.